Welcome to Pivot, a podcast hosted by Katie Day, where we find out how business owners have been pivoting their businesses to stay relevant and successful.
Hey guys, what's going on? Katie Day with the Moving to Texas team with Coldwell Banker here in Houston, Texas. Today, I'm joined by Kenny Truong, otherwise known as the Fast Agent out of Oakland, Bay Area in California. We met, I don't know when it was, but a few years back when Kenny came to speak at a
YPN Masters.
Yeah, YPN event, and started following him on Instagram. And then I've seen you when I was out in California. And then we just kind of stay in touch via social media, especially now because we're both on Instagram pretty much all day long. What's going on, Kenny? How are you today?
Pretty good today. Super gloomy today, but it's chill.
Yeah, good deal. So for people that may not have met you before, give us a little bit of, your background. Obviously, you're a real estate agent in the Bay Area, but there's way more to it. So, what did you do before this, or how long have you been in real estate? What's your life story?
Before this, I was just in college, so I've only held like one real job before. Did a lot of other just random stuff, but I've been licensed for 11 years now, and right now this is my I've been selling real estate for 9.5 years now. Currently, actually in third, fourth, fifth year, I was the number one agent in Oakland, city of Oakland, California, for buyer unit counts, and then now combined in the last 8.5 years, and 1 year short, number one agent in Oakland for total homes sold. With that said, like we're kind of quickly getting out of Oakland, and we have escrows in like 7-8 different cities right now. So I run a pretty large, now it's my third iteration. I have a large team now. I think we'll talk about that. In January, I had a team of 12. And right now, I actually have a team of 40 agents. So during COVID, I scooped up over 30 agents, and there's like 15 more on the way. So it's been a pretty crazy ride this year, especially.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I think that a lot of people think, especially I feel like California has had, a lot of shutdown and everything, and the shelter in place and stay at home orders and things like that. Like people would think, oh, okay, like real estate must be slow. There's no way you can recruit. And I know you were formerly with Climb that, was that in January?
Yeah, Climb Real Estate, owned by Realogy.
Yeah.
I mean, looking back, like this everything was perfect timing.
Yeah.
So Climb Real Estate was a boutique brokerage in San Francisco, one of the top 10 companies. And then they were acquired by Realogy 3 years ago, 3.5 years in that right now. And then with the intention to franchise out. But in January, like I found out the day before, so it was like complete shock. That they're shutting down the brokerage to focus more on Coldwell Banker, where you're at, which actually makes sense, because Climb made up less than 1% of their portfolio.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool brand, but it made sense to take all the great parts about Climb, how systems and marketing went, and they kind of incorporated the Coldwell Banker, which is a big ship. With that, so we shut down officially on I think like last week of January, and then I moved over to a company. Huge risk. Like I had never really, no one in my area is really at this company. I joined this company called EXP Realty, was not sure what to expect. Signed my own office space, moved in February 23rd. We're there for 2 weeks, and then shelter in place happened, and it was a wreck for the April and May, but they picked up a lot.
But yeah, I mean, so lots of things have happened for you this year, obviously, and finding a new brokerage, interviewing. I think, how many interviews did you go on to find a new brokerage?
Between 10 days, or if you take away the weekends, technically 8 days. I met physically with 14 different offices, 13 or 14 different offices, and I was on the phone with 3 or 4 of them. So I spoke to 17 offices, different companies. There was like 2 that were saying, Coldwell Bankers and Keller Williams, but I talked to 17 different companies within a week span. That was a hell of an experience. But my intention with that was to learn everything I could about each brokerage. To know their splits, what their offerings, what their value is, what their intentions were, who the top producers were, and somehow use that to grow my business, depending on where I land.
Yeah, no, I it was definitely, I don't know if fun is the right word, but interesting to follow along as you were interviewing, because I mean, you met with basically every big name out in the Bay Area. So it definitely, I'm sure, a lot of good market research there once you finally made your decision. So yeah, you joined EXP, decided, okay, I'm gonna continue to grow our team, which you know already kind of had. Everyone was working together, but 40 agents now plus is that's crazy, especially during COVID. I mean, I think a lot of people don't want to make a move and things like that. So I think everything that you're offering as far as support and training and stuff is top notch out there for sure. So I guess as far as COVID, I think everyone focuses kind of on the negative and things like that. What would you say would be the biggest positive you've gotten out of it, either personally or professionally?
I mean, really, it was able to, the whole webinar thing, right? We were in a couple together. I personally hosted about 40 webinars myself. I had 30 recorded on my YouTube, and now I was on another like 30 webinars. I did like 70 webinars between late March, April, and May. So really put me on the map, and I got to. And it wasn't just me speaking, right? I collected the top 1% of California agents like that. I did 3-4 different counties and got the top agents there. So imagine like 16, 20 people speaking, all the smartest people that I could find speaking about real estate during COVID. And I tagged every single person on Facebook. And then I did the Zoom things. I did the email blast. So like I was every single place that I could possibly be. Yeah. And then that really just like got people thinking or learning more real estate. And during that time, people, weren't getting the right leadership from their offices. Certain companies still shocked, like they didn't really host things, or certain companies, like Coldwell Banker did a good job. You guys did your like online training, but with that said, it's all Coldwell Banker agents. Yeah. And then, like certain offices like KW locally did masterminds and events. Mostly it was held to their own agents. So as everyone was, or companies didn't even really post anything out, which I found was a shock, or Sotheby's in my area. But I had Compass agents and Sotheby's agents on my webinars. So I found that kind of shocking that no one was able to take charge and lead. And then I was able to leverage that and put on all these events. And then through that, it really got people thinking and comparing what we had to offer, or I had to offer, and all the people I knew had to offer versus what they're really feeling.
For sure.
What they're getting from their current existing office.
Yeah, I mean, and I thought that was what was really cool about a lot of the webinars that I was able to attend. That you hosted was like, you were kind of the moderator, but it was definitely about, depending on the county or the area of California, if it was, northern or southern or whatever, like they were the ones that were presenting, their marketing techniques or their, what they're seeing in the market and things like that. And it's definitely helpful. For the ones that I attended, like to see other people's input and thoughts and what they're doing, and especially what's working when, in a lot of areas we were shut down for a while, and not able to, kind of run business as usual. So that was really cool. So, okay, obviously, you host a lot of webinars, you've continued to grow your team. How would you say COVID has changed the way that you and your team are doing business right now?
A lot. I mean, obviously everything's on Zoom, right? So Zoom buyer consultation. For the first couple of weeks, we just had a room. I learned it from another agent, Enrique, and Jeremy. Where you just had a Zoom and people just pop in all day. But that got really crazy because my system was going nuts just because we're talking all day.
Yeah.
But we definitely ramped it up on the online training. We had our Zoom room. So Zoom became the norm. So on Tuesdays, we had our team meetings. We moved it there. So as our Zoom meetings on 10:30s on Tuesday got bigger, we started inviting more other people that are interested in what we have to say. And then that really brought in more talent and pushed it forward. And we kept on recording what we were doing. With the lack of open houses, it was illegal to show houses. In
California.
We still can't do open houses right now. We cannot have open houses. That really upped the game for Zillow. So we cut back on Zillow a lot last year. At one point, we were like at 20 grand spend a month last year. We dropped it down to 3 grand. But this year is a huge ROI on it. And now with people not able to find an agent out there, they're going online. So that's really helped a lot. And then social media, a ton of business. People are online and looking for something to watch. Like I remember in May, I got like 15 referrals from other agents. June, maybe like 10. Last month, like 11. This month was still July, like 10. So I'm getting like at least 10 referrals a month from other agents, and because we're sharing more and more stories. So I think through the whole COVID thing, at first people were like, if you talk about recruiting and business, a lot of people were not getting the right support from their leaders. So we were able to scoop up a lot of agents then. But then things eased up. virtual showings, like the promises the brokers made, hey, things will get better, just give us some time. But now brokers are not able to perform. Agents are still not doing business. So I'm thinking top of mind, like I had an agent I worked really closely with that had 18 deals last year, and this year by May she had 2 deals.
Oh wow.
And then another person that just came over recently had 14 deals last year at 12 million. This year he had 1 deal up until 2 months ago, and now he has 2 more. It's just hard because the lot of the brokers or the team leaders aren't doing things that needs to be done, and they're comfortable too. They're trying to be safe and comfortable, which you have to respect, but they're not out there doing all the things that we're doing to get more business, like social media and putting on events, because we are, and other people are kind of looking for a different brand. And also during this whole time, people have more time to think about everything. You're stuck at home all day.
Yeah.
If you're not watching Netflix, you're probably panicking about something. So you want to, as long as we're being heard, we're able to showcase our thoughts. Like, I mean, you post so many videos up every day. I don't know how it will keep you the content library, but someone like yourself is like we were just consistent despite what was going on in the market. We just kept doing the things we're supposed to be doing, and then the results came.
Yeah, for sure. I'm still so I don't know, in awe, or I'm very impressed by everything that you've done this year. And I'm just so excited. I love watching it because it's
crazy. I mean, we onboarded and maybe January we had 12, and then May we had 20 agents, 21, and we just onboarded freaking 20 agents in the last month. It's 5 weeks. So it's and then the cool part is with the ESP model, our agents are so happy here. They keep telling other agents about us. So, and everyone comes in, it's just growing. So the momentum is just insane. And, before we got this show, you're saying, can't keep up with my team. We strategically have everyone post each day.
Yeah.
New announcement and tag us. So literally every single day, and for the last 2.5 weeks, there's been a new announcement of people joining Team Fast. And it just creates more curiosity. And dude, I thought this person is joining. No, wait, this person's joining. Wait, what? Literally just probably 2 announcements today, but that's what we've been doing to get in people's mind. And also we led with excitement. We had our office, pretty baller office on the waterfront, and then we just signed a new office space in the city of Walnut Creek at this super bougie co-working modern industrial place called Industrious. I signed a small space just to start, just because we had 5 people there.
Yeah. 3
desks, but then yesterday I heard there was over a dozen people at the office. So then the Industrious hit me up hey, you guys need more space, because it's really rude. But and we're leading with that, and then I put a deposit down, or someone put a deposit down for a house. We're doing a real estate frat house concept. I never lived at a frat house. I don't fully understand a frat house, but that sounds like a frat house. So we have in the neighborhood of Fruitvale, this really industrial area, kind of gritty over there, but we're doing a real estate frat house, trap house concept, 1,700 square feet house with a couple hundred square feet of backyard, side yard, and front yard.
Yeah.
So we're gonna deck it out and be a working space that's next to the freeway. And then we're looking at the city of Concord too. So we're expanding really fast, and people this hasn't been done here before, other than Compass coming, really making waves in our area. They completely flipped the market here. They probably have 30% market share in some cities here. San Francisco at 40, but we're doing something new. People are kind of tired of the same old stuff. So they're like, dude, this new company, or Kenny and his team, is doing something completely different. So let me check them out. And when they come over and check them out, they see how excited our agents are, the systems we're using, the marketing, our marketing templates and all that we created during COVID, which a lot of people have been inspired to use.
Yeah, I've borrowed some of those as well. No, I mean, I think that's what's really cool about the concept and about what you're doing, because it's I know Compass is obviously really big out there, but it's a big umbrella, right? And you have to fit into the Compass, kind of marketing and things like that. And there's some, leeway and stuff like that and autonomy, but you really need to be under their umbrella. So I think what's cool with what you're doing is I'm still seeing, the agents on your team branding themselves, under the fast real estate, fast agent, thing, but they have their own hashtags, they have their own branding, they have their own tags and stuff like that. So it's cool that they're still able to kind of keep their identity. It's not like the Kenny team, it's fast agent, fast real estate.
Everyone's rocking the hashtag Team Fast. I mean, so we don't barely use EXP anything unless it's a social media post, the announcement. But our stuff just is Team Fast, and then the agents on my team, Weston Means Business, or Dewey Does It, or the Numbers Agent, all these agents have created their own sub brands within Team Fast, which was the original goal, because I have Fast Agent. I don't even promote Fast Agent. Except on webinars, I don't really use the hashtag anymore because it's all about teams.
Yeah.
And then like just yesterday, I got word that I finally got approval from DRE for Fast Real Estate. Fast Real Estate was the brand I've been working on. I applied in April. So now I want to be Team Fast, because then that would lose the team aspect, because you can't have 1,000 people team. But the whole brand Fast Real Estate, powered by EXP Realty, is something we can bring to other markets. So I've had someone in Seattle and Portland hit me up like that wants to bring it there, because EXP Realty might not be sexy or seductive for a lot of agents. You know, some people that might not like the blue and orange or like the logo. So we're trying to create a sub brand where people can actually rock with it and then take it to other markets, so they can replicate everything we're doing here and take it somewhere else.
That's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. You know, I think we've kind of touched on already, like, you know, the things that you've done throughout COVID in order to pivot and remain, you know, relevant and successful. Do you have any times in the past that you've had to make quick changes in order to stay relevant in the marketplace, or to stay relevant to, you know, your clients and customers?
No, I mean, we move around a lot. Like, the things we do is almost day to day. We're like, just like we didn't have office space, boom, and like next week we signed office space. Or like bench chats weren't working in West Oakland. I cut that down from like 100 to 60 to 40 now. Like, because we're so small and nimble, and I'm still pretty much a team now. We're growing so fast, but like we're able to make changes on the fly.
Yeah.
Like one of the big reasons to my growth too, I have to give a shout out to Elias Astuto, my sales manager. He was my sales manager at Climb Real Estate for a year, and then during when people left Climb, he joined off to BHG as a regional director, so head recruiter, business development person for months. And then I just brought him back on. He's my sales manager now. And then I have all the agents that I brought on the EXP stacked under him. So now he's getting the residual on that too. But that's a pivot. I knew I was growing so fast. I can't really support this many agents. So I'm not doing it alone. I have my direct operations. But then now like he's come on. I was able to recruit about 30 agents by myself so far. And the last 10 I stacked under him. And then he's doing a ton of one-on-one hourly meetings, checking in. He did all the onboarding for my team last month. So like that, I think that's a pivot. Like as we're growing, I gotta find more ways. And right now we're looking for more team leaders in different markets to support us. The analogy he brought in a meeting that we've been using a lot is that kind of like Walt Disney. Like if I'm Walt Disney, I'm trying to build the Disney World and Disneylands, and I'm trying to bring the characters are the ones that giving the experiences to the clients, right? It's not me. No one cares about Walt Disney. You know, there's probably a documentary, right? I didn't even watch it. I heard it was a good one. But when you go to Disney World, you're not thinking, oh, Walt Disney is awesome. Like, no, it's just Disney World. And then you're talking about like Pocahontas and, you know,
Mickey.
Mickey, Elsa. So like kiddingly, like a lot of recruiting is like, dude, we're not, you know, this whole thing isn't about me. It's about the team and what we're building. So I'm looking for more Elsas and Mulans, and now they bought out the freaking Avengers, right? Marvel, they own Marvel. So like, that's what my thoughts like is not, so this thing that building has nothing to do with me anymore. So like Team Fast, my sales team is now being managed by Elias. Yeah. And at me, I'm looking into other cities. EXP is going to be in 5 to 8 countries by the end of the year. According to the monthly meeting their day, and then looking in 15 countries. They had lots of 15 countries they had interest in. I posted up on social media, on IG, and 3 or 4 people hit me up like, hey, dude, I know agents in all these countries. Hey, I just came from Thailand. Hey, I lived in Mexico for 7 years. So for me personally, some of my interests right now is how do I crack in every state with Fast Real Estate, powered by ESP, and then now how do I get to every country? Because then that's what gives me really thrilled. Like, it's really fun to sell 100 homes a year. You know, like last year we did 76, 80 somewhere. And this year, within a week, I picked up 5 agents from my team that did 100 between them. So boom, like, I'm the number one agent in like two more cities now. Yeah. Literally took a week. So like, okay, great, you sell 100 homes. Okay, you recruit 100 agents. That's fun too. Okay, 100 offices is, 10 offices is a start, but 100 would be nice. Now, like, how to get into every country. And that's kind of like what keeps me really excited for real estate. And then as you're moving up, kind of like the KW model, or what they say, right? You're building an ecosystem, a world so big that everyone has a place for them in it. Well, if the bigger I want to be and get, the more people need to fill in where like take over the last steps. So that's kind of like where my goal is for the year. I'm already thinking of how I'm getting to all these countries while we're just building this thing out over here.
World domination.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I watched a lot of Animaniacs.
That's what I was saying. You're like, up there. I also want to circle back to your Disney analogy. And the first thing you say is Elsa. Are you a big Frozen fan?
I haven't even watched part 2 yet. I'm not just a superstar. And we've been recruiting a lot of female agents on the team. So I think it's better than me saying Mickey, because Mickey is pretty outdated.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. My Apple Watch background is actually Mickey.
You know what? Mickey is like Koa Banker. You guys are number one. You guys are number one. You're the most recognized brand. Mickey is definitely, when you think Disney, you think Mickey. But Mickey has not had a new show or TV or movie or anything else, right? It's all like all these new stars. Yeah. But for sure, if I had to do an analogy, Mickey is like Coldwell Banker. Yeah. Never going away. Classic, like core of the whole company.
Luckily, Coldwell Banker just did a rebrand. So hopefully, maybe Mickey will get a new outfit or something in the near future. We'll see.
Remember, stronger, faster.
He comes out and he's like jacked and, is wearing like skinny jeans or something. I don't know. I just described a hipster, but anyways, no, I mean, I think it's really cool to see, kind of your plans for the future and continuing to grow. And all joking aside, like being able to continue to brand, not only, in your city, in your state, in the country, but internationally is really cool and opens up a ton of opportunities. So that is awesome.
The fun of the ESP model, like I can make money growing my team. I can make money growing a franchise. Growing my brokerage. So right now with our 40 agents, about 8 is on the brokerage side. The broker side means there's like a traditional split. They on a contract to you and your broker. The team model, it's 50-50. Most new agents scale on that. So team brokerage, and then we have the downline revenue share thing where we recruit people into EXP, support them in however we can, and make money off that. So there's just like lots of different variety of things we can do within the system, and I think that's what it's making it feels like a game. Like this is different, and then I'm talking to my people above me. Like I work with Daniel Bayer and Cal Whistle, number 3 and number 8 team in California with EXP, and then there's 3 teams that were on the Real Trends list in California, and those Daniel, Kyle, and those Mark Passon at Porchlight, but he just joined EXP. So the top 3 EXP teams are all within our same family. Yeah. And then I'm talking on a daily basis about things I want to do, and they're able to like kind of give me advice on how to get there. With 40 agents right now, we're gonna have 100 by the end of the year. Like even if anyone does like 5-10 deals, we're gonna be at 500 deals. We're gonna be a number 1 team in California, and people are just literally watching it happen. Going from 12 agents in January, and now like, dude, you have 40 agents. Like, because then Daniel and Kyle, I think they did about 300 something deals. Mm-hmm. If every one of my agents right now, just current roster, squeeze out 10 deals, we're gonna be number 1 team. Or top 3 team, because if someone gamified 700 deals, but it's fun. And then like that's how we're attracting people. Like, look, you want to be part of the biggest team, where you actually are getting support. And pivoting, we hired our sales manager 3 weeks ago, and then we actually hired back our admin for Oakland Real Estate, front desk admin back in person. That started working with me last week too. And then now we're actually reaching out to old Climb agents to have that conversation. So we're bringing the whole crew back just little by little, and we're pretty strategic about it. First it was new agents, now it's brokerage members. Brokerage members stabilize, do really well, get the production up, and then we're gonna start going after the big agents, and because we're not ready to support them just yet. After that, we're gonna go after team leaders, and then we're gonna start trying to flip other franchise brokerages like locally. Brentwood, the city of Brentwood, California, in Contra Costa, Northern California, just flipped to Corcoran Global Living. So I think, that's pretty big offer. I'm not exact count, but our thoughts is that once we get stabilized and we can get all this running and have the right support, we're gonna start reaching out to other office and try to turn them into fast real estate. Because the cool part about that is the office owner or broker or manager, whatever it might be, they get to keep all the glory. And they flip the EXP. We're there to support them. We're here to help them with their brand, and we're here for like everything that we do, we can give it to them, and then they can keep all the glory from that. We don't need any recognition. Yeah, we just want to get paid.
That's enough. Yeah, good deal. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat today and give a little insight into kind of everything that you've been doing over the past now, I guess, 6 months to stay busy and continue to grow your business and your team and all that. It's really cool to watch. Is there anything else that you want to add? And then also, where can people find you on social? And if they have any interest in joining your team or talking about it or whatever, where could they find you?
Yeah, you find me mostly on Instagram, or Instagram is Kenny_Fast. You find me on Facebook, Kenny Fast, and we're always open to conversation. And like, I love helping people, even there's no like benefit from it. I think that's why I've been able to grow our reach, because we share our systems, we share our marketing, share our tools.
Yeah, for sure. Cool, man.
Cool.
Well, I appreciate you taking some time today.
Are you at like a true CB office?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm in my office. It's a little messy, but we aren't here very often. So cool, man. Well, I appreciate your time today.
Okay,
it was good to chat.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Pivot. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow Katie on social media at MoveMe2TX to stay up to date in all things real estate.